This is today's live on Equa Television International. We are glad you could join us on this edition. Wednesday is always a special edition because we talk about relationship. Let's begin this way. Let me ask you this question. If you are to marry you the way you are now, would you marry you? And all those things you're expecting from your partner, if you are to give in the same expectations that you have on that partner, would you be able to? Today we are discussing managing your expectations. And as always, my crew are seated right here to do justice to this topic. Sam Muslimon Sabi is right here. Prudence Brugan, yours sincerely,
Good
Mrs.
morning.
Jemima.
Good morning. Fine, thank you.
So she's now yours sincerely.
Yours sincerely. She's taking,
As-
she's
oh.
taking
Okay,
a position.
okay,
now.
okay,
She's taking a
okay,
position.
okay,
Yours
okay.
sincerely. So we're talking about managing your expectation. But before then, how you doing?
Fine.
It's Wednesday. I'm so happy that we have the married and the unmarried. So
You like this married and unmarried.
I wish Prudence would just come this way so that they would deal with it that way.
However, whichever.
Okay.
Yes.
But I don't understand. Prudence, what's up with the...
I'm as confused
You guys
as
got
you
the
are.
memo, both of you, and decide to appear.
I'm actually as confused as you are because I was just sitting down and I saw him walking into the studio that way. So
And you're like, wow.
I was like, wow, the spirit is one.
The roundup is today.
She's a politician. That the spirit is one. She noticed that I'm going somewhere. The spirit is one. What did you expect?
Oh, wow.
You know, if today Nigeria is folding,
You see,
you
all
know,
these people,
we are,
Jemima,
we are, we are trading the same.
Jemima, you see all these people that come from, well, you say, I cannot, you just come and betray somebody on the show like this. So let me just be on my own. On Christ the solid rock I stand.
We stand.
No, I stand. I don't know what you are standing on, because if I stand with you later, you leave me. Okay, let me begin by asking this question. I know I've asked our viewers, so they are thinking of, wow, you want to marry me like this guy? No, I need to do better. Or probably, yes, now I can marry me. Let me start with Prudence. If you are to marry you the way you are now like this, you know, I've had Prudence saying, I want him tall, I want him God-fearing, I want a Christian, I want a guy that can sacrifice, I want a guy that will take me around the world, I want a guy that is chubby, he's huge, he's this and
Wow.
If you are to marry you,
I'm not
okay,
sure
it was in my dream, right? Okay, I thought you said that. Okay. So if you are to marry you the way you are, would you marry you? If you are to go into relationship with you the way you are now, would you go into the relationship?
I will have to answer this question, yes. So I'll answer it, but before I answer it, I just don't know why Joyce likes to put me on the spot though. But
Because you always, I'm in between, or you have to pick.
I would like to say yes, but there will be a lot of panel beating.
I see
There's room for
Mm.
adjustment
True.
and there's room for growth. So I would say yes because I like me and I think that people will like me.
So all
So
these selfish people that will be claiming self-love. I like me, I do me.
it's actually self. I agree, self-love. I love myself,
Okay.
and I know that people will love me.
Okay.
So, and I know that the person that would love me as I am.
Okay.
But there's room for panel beating. There's room for adjustment.
Okay. Wow. You are married now. So all the expectations that you are having in your mind like this.
For
So
a husband.
if you are to marry you the
Wait,
way you
I
are
don't understand. Am
now,
I not the one calling the show?
you are the one, but I want to help you with the question.
Why attacking me?
Okay. Sorry.
Proudly, I'll marry me. Yes.
I will too.
You
Though
marry
I have
me.
married, but
You marry
if
me
I were to marry, I would marry me.
with all your Tony K. Okay. Samuel Solomon, would you marry you if you were to?
Well,
I know you're married though, but
with the information now
you will not
at
marry you.
my disposal, honestly, there will be a lot of compatibility. Honestly, you know, we always say on this program, you know, whenever we talk, we are not talking from the angle of perfection. No. because as we share what we know, we also get, from outside what we are adding, to what we have. And I feel my 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 thinking then, honestly, now I think I'm a better person. I'll marry myself. But then, no.
We should give it to that person that said yes, right? Okay, today.
But then, no. Yeah.
All right, we are talking about managing your expectation in your relationship, be it before marriage or even before you get into the relationship with the person, or you're already married but you have high expectation. You know why it's really needful for us to discuss this is there are people that are currently married, and then the expectations they have of their partner, they are not getting it, and it leaves them depressed. It leaves the relationship almost shattered. Today we talk about people that are married yet separated. Like, you see the bed, this is how the bed is, but one person's head is there, one another person, and yet they are married. People wake up angry with each other. People wake up not even talking to each other, talking about the marriage, because he expects the wife to do this, she's expecting the husband to do this, and then all the things they had fantasized even before the marriage, they are not seeing it, and they are just bitter. And then for those that are not even married or are not even in relationship, you hear the lady saying, me like this, so than for me to marry a poor man or to marry just I rather remain single. I want a guy that is so rich. You hear a lady telling you that I know I'm not from a rich background though, but I cannot suffer and then still go ahead into marriage and still suffer. So if the guy is not rich, if he doesn't have a car, if he doesn't have a house of his own, she's not getting married to him. He must be tall and handsome. He must be this and that. And then when you look at the lady, auntie or alaye, you are not working. You don't even have a source of income. And then, but look at what you are expecting. The guy too is expecting that, when I get married, I'll stop washing my clothes. When I get married, I'll have somebody that will start cleaning the house. Somebody that will start cooking. I'll stop eating from the restaurant. Somebody that will start cooking. Some other guys will even say, when I get married now, me and my wife will pay the house rent because she's already working now. So when we get married, she'll pay the house rent. So these are the expectations, not something they have discussed and come to agreement that we're going to do. But he's entering.
Even with agreement, it will shock you.
Oh wow!
Yes.
Wow. Back out.
Yes.
At any time.
You just
I
talked
didn't
about
know you to be like this.
Yes, you just talked about issue of me after getting married to you because you are working. We'll join money, and then we'll pay house rent, and then after getting married,
you are the head of the home,
and then you'll be like, okay,
lag.
first month you are okay with it. The second month you are cool with it. Then before you know, other responsibility are adding up from your family side and possibly from my own side too. My relatives, they are demanding from you. I'm not that strong. You are also dishing out. And sooner or later, before you know it, you start warning out. And then you'll be like, no, I think we should come back to the table. I think this thing is getting much on me. It's your responsibility. So bros, wake up.
Man up.
And then that's when I will say, Yoshinikin Fara Rainy.
Interpret.
I will see it as being disrespectful because I brought you, and then after all, it's something that we have agreed. Why are you changing? Is it that something is going on? These are some of the things that the devil will just be choking you with, and then before you know it, the house is destabilized. So even with agreement, like we said, it's something that you think is workable, is possible, but maybe before that discussion, you are just head over heels.
Excited.
You didn't put those things into proper perspective. Being realistic, discuss them deeply. And then you just went ahead, and then yes, and then after everything, then reality is set, and then you start drawing, and then somebody will start feeling maybe you are not being submissive. Let me use that word. Yes, the woman that I know, she's not the one now. She's not submissive. Something is going wrong. I don't know what. Maybe she's listening to people, and the truth of the whole matter, maybe nothing. It's just that, the issues that are coming up are just weighing you down. And
That's
if
her way of reacting,
yeah, that is it.
or his way of reacting. It's a
Both
two-way
ways.
thing.
Yeah.
So interestingly, I've been having this not conversation, this string of conversations and sermons and people just talking. Everybody's talking about go and marry, go and marry. There's this video that was trending.
The time is now.
So they keep telling you go and marry and go and marry, and some people are just saying, okay, so if I just get these, so because of that, some conversations have come up, and you hear someone saying something like, if I just get a woman that is ready to marry me at the position that I am, we'll go ahead and marry. But there are always expectations. Others, at this moment, you're feeling pressured, yes, because everybody is telling you go and marry, and
He's expecting you to get married.
and yes, and you want to just go ahead and do that. Then later on,
I don't want to
your own
disappoint them.
expectations begin to surface,
Hmm.
and when these expectations begin to surface, because there's no he spoke about there being an agreement, but because there's no prior agreement to this, or because there is you have not been exposed to this partner of yours, so you're getting into the relationship close to the marriage, or some people even cross after the marriage before you begin to see that this person actually had some very unreasonable expectations, and they're just not something that you might think you would have wanted to put up with, and that begins to cause a rift. But my major issue here is that a lot of, and we've said it on the show, that you find a lot of narrow-minded ladies out there. What are your expectations? He's rich. I don't want to suffer. He has to be established. I don't want to spend my money.
But
on
is,
my
is there
family.
actually anything wrong with
They're
the
not-
lady saying
not-
that I don't want to suffer, I don't want to
No,
marry
not-
a poor
not
person,
really.
Nothing
I
wrong.
want him
nothing-
rich.
No,
Nothing
no.
wrong.
Okay.
Let me get to where I am. Heading.
Before I will start feeling
It's
bad
not-
with myself.
I know where you're going.
Don't worry, I'm not trying to attack you or
Like,
any
who
other
wants
lady
to
out there.
suffer? Some Muslim, do you want to suffer?
No.
I
no,
love
no.
baby
Baby
girls.
man,
But-
you
but
want
what
to
am I-
suffer?
Even those that are suffering, if they knew a way that they will not suffer, they will quickly grab it.
We want a soft
I-
life.
Personally, as I'm talking, I really do want a baby girl life as well. So,
Sister, you
But-
walk. Oh.
but you see, I think it all boils down to our ideologies.
Hmm.
If you're thinking towards, okay, so yes, this is what I want, but what exactly is the most important character you want in your husband, in a guy that you are in a relationship? What is the character that you're looking for? Are you just focusing on his pocket, or how much he can give you, or how much can be showered on you, rather than how much you can give as well? And are you focused on other minor things that don't really matter? That's what you should be looking out for. Your expectations can spin out of control. You can just, at some point, your expectations can be unrealistic. And truth of the matter is that from Nollywood to Hollywood to Bollywood,
Kannywood.
Kannywood,
Hollywood. In the world.
including the
Basa
most
Wood.
trending one these days, the
They
K-drama. Every single one of them is projecting that love is a smooth, beautiful sail. Like you're just expecting, oh, happily ever after, bed of roses, beauty, love, chocolates and
Ice cream.
ice cream. and that's what is being drummed into your head.
And you enter.
The music you listen to, same thing. There's not much difference. They're
Mm.
telling you the same message you're getting from almost every.
You're not supposed to walk, because the man is in love.
just-
You should spend
yeah,
everything,
yeah. He
take
wants
you
to
around the
just-
world.
He wants to just spend money on you. He wants to pamper you. He wants to do this, and you're
They will
relaxed.
say that's
and
the
you're
ideal man. That's the ideal month.
Maybe don't you think we should go for shopping this weekend?
Mm.
Ah,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm available.
And I saw one that said, so he came and said it's just one video clip I saw that she was going to go out for shopping with her friend, and he said, oh no, just relax, I'm going to call in the designer, they'll come and take care of you. And the friend is like, wow, you have the best husband in the world.
Oh.
Yeah.
So these are some very
And
unrealistic.
that would be her standard.
Exactly.
Mm.
These are some very unrealistic
Expect-
expectations that you would have. Sometimes, even if this person has the money to extravagantly spend, he will not give you that much attention. So, as much as you are considering these things, you need to consider other things as well. Is this person's character good enough for you to stay with? Is this person, and as on this platform, as something that we have established, is this person really is he into God? Is God his drive? If God is not his drive, then there's a comma somewhere. Then there are other characteristics. Is he kind? Is he loving? All those are the things. And please, loving does not have to do with money. I'm saying it again. It does not have to do. It is part of it, but it's not it.
Okay.
We talk about care. We talk about attention. Someone can shower you with money and doesn't give you attention. Someone can shower you with money and doesn't care for you. Those are things that are possible. So as much as you and I'm talking to my ladies out there, as much as we all
Finish.
want
I'll
to
talk
be,
to my brothers out there.
as much as we all want to be
Finish.
enjoying ourselves, and we want to have the baby girl treatment, we want to be cuddled, you want to be covered, you want to be shadowed, you just want to be protected. As much as you want to do that, you need to also consider a lot of other things. What are those very important characters and exhibitions that this person has? Is he violent? Is he aggressive? All those things you should consider it. before
Jemima
you go
Prudence is
ahead.
already preaching, but then with all this,
It's not.
she
preaching,
actually
I'm just
highlighted a
saying.
lot of things that ladies
Yeah.
fantasize. And is there anything wrong with like desiring or wanting that or having that
No, it's
expectation?
very okay.
Oh,
It's very okay for everyone to desire that.
Mhm.
But then,
so where do we draw the line?
in as much as we all desire that, you don't overdo it. You don't feel like, okay, he has to be rich. What is wrong in you being rich as well? You want to marry someone that has a lot of money. When you have your own money, there's another form of peace
My
that
sister.
it brings. So in as much as you want the best, you also strive, you also put in effort to see that both of you are on the same level, so that tomorrow someone else will not come and say, I made you who you are today, I did this for you, I did that. Instead, there should be like, we did this together, we attained this level together. So I feel there's nothing wrong with that at all, but there should be some form of balancing in it. Nobody
And
should
you know,
overdo anything.
lately I've been seeing posts on Facebook, social media, how that some people will just say, that's your expectation. Did your something that your father cannot provide for you, you're expecting that one young boy should provide for you.
And the funniest thing, right, that they say, I suffered in my father's house, I don't want to suffer in my husband's house. You may actually get the rich husband, though. But you know this phrase, no one knows tomorrow. He may be rich today, tomorrow
It's
the
something
tables will
else.
just
What
turn around.
happens
So
at
what
that
would
po-
you do? Will you
at that
divorce
point?
him because
At
he's
that
suddenly
point.
not rich? It's not his fault that he's suddenly not rich, and it's not your fault either. That is just how it's meant to be. So in as much as you want this, you want that, you also have to flip the other side of the coin and say, if these things turn this way, would I be able to stay with this man, to stick with him, the vows and all of that? So we should do that, but we should as well also be looking at the other side.
You know why this is very important for us to discuss? Like you rightly said, just think about it, that the reason why you're settling with your partner or you're going into a relationship is because of your expectations. So what happened when those things you're expecting, like it doesn't come, or even if you have it and then later on it's no longer there, what happens to you? Because that's the only thing that dragged you into the marriage or dragged you into the relationship. For example, he's rich and all, he's working in an oil company and all of a sudden he lost the job. All of a sudden he has to even sell the house that he's living, and you people have to go to where you refer to as slum. how would you be able to still live in the marriage? Because there are people that will tell you, me, it's not for better for worse, so for better for stay,
better.
for worse for go. These things people don't even, some people outrightly say it, but some don't outrightly say it. But when the going goes rough, they leave. Even in relationship, she will tell you, when I accepted you, you promised this and that, and then he was actually doing it. And then the moments that those expectations she has based on the picture that she has in her head from the movies or from another person's relationship, once it doesn't come, she decides to just quit from the relationship, or he quits. Because there are guys today too that go out, like they look for a girl based on what she has too. They say gone are the days that you just want to date any girl. Now they attach conditions too to it. Some guys will say, now I need a girl that works as well.
What
Because
can you bring to the
you
table?
too, what are you bringing to the table? Because that's
Things are not easy
the conversation
now.
now. Like, you hear them before, you are beautiful, I like you, and then the relationship starts. Now you hear questions like, what do you do now?
What are your future plans?
What are your future plans?
What
What do you love doing? Don't you think that you can venture into this area by the time you say, no, me, I actually like to sleep at my leisure time, and the guy say, hey, red flag. Now, Facebook, what we are seeing is red flags. When the person eats more than 2 slices of bread, red flags. Like, so you'll be asking a question, and interestingly, you're just saying, me, I'm the kind of person that don't like to work. In my house, we have one of my cousin or be my sister's child that is working for us. So me, I just like to sleep my thing and just have my time. Uncle, you say, hey, no go area, and you are busy thinking that you're flaunting one flamboyant lifestyle, or you're a big girl, or you're something that he should wish to have, and the guy is saying, no, I can't, because his own expectation is that I want auntie to come to and wash plates. Auntie will be able to help me wash my clothes, keep the house clean. That's his own expectation. So there are guys also that get into relationship and even marriage with this expectation that the girl will come and assist them, payment, like bills, in terms of bills, and then the lady will also assist them, chores and all of that. And then he gets married. He has the heart to do it, like he does chores as well. But you wake up in the morning and your wife is sleeping. You have to do the chores and she's still sleeping. You married a fine girl now. What do you expect?
Yes,
So so imagine that she that's the attitude. There are women that eat and leave the plates there.
Yes.
There are women that don't cook.
For 3 days.
There are women that don't clean up the house.
For
There are women
days.
that watch the children dirty and they do nothing about it. Lately, I saw a woman's child that, like, she peed on, the baby peed on her body, and then somebody called her attention that, look at your baby, she's and it's not now, this is since, and she has been with this, you should change her. And she came and checked and said, this girl, and she just left. The woman did not come back till like almost 30 minutes after me. So imagine that you have the expectation that this woman will be an organized woman, very clean, and
Take
then
care of your
the
child,
children, and then you get
yeah.
married and she'll tell you, if the thing disturb you, clean the baby up now. Or she removes pampers and she leaves it beside
Is
the
it
table.
only my baby?
Is it only
Is it
me?
not my baby? Is it not
And
my
then
baby?
you see the relationship becomes sour, and then every day he's angry. He can't even go back to the house because, like, look at the person I'm going to meet. So how that was why I asked earlier, if you are actually to marry you, would you be? Some people don't care. Well,
You see, George, the truth of the whole matter, it starts with us. When I say it starts with us being truthful to ourselves. Like that vital question that you asked. If we will all sit down, and ask that question and be sincere to ourselves and said, okay, let's answer this question objectively. How many will say yes? If you can't say yes, then you know that all this while you have been living on error. Yes. But there's a room. Because like I said earlier, then now with the kind of information that I'm exposed to, I would say yes. Because there is this serious adjustment. Like sometimes I will sit down, I will tell myself, before you're just living in illusion. Like these things will not, you are not just being truthful to yourself. That's just it. And you see, until and unless we realize that we have to tell ourselves the truth, it starts from there. Because when you tell yourself the truth, that is when you will be able to tell the other person that you're going into a relationship with the truth. And if the person will be truthful to himself, he will tell you the truth. And you see, you can't go into a serious relationship that you're hoping that something good will come out, that you will manage your expectation well without communication. It starts with truth, then communication. Because if I'm telling you the truth, then that means we have to sit down and agree and discuss. Not just discuss because we want to discuss, but because we are discussing, we know that there's a reality facing us. And then you look at things from all angles, like you rightly said earlier. The coin, the two sides of the coin. Okay, this time around, this is how we are enjoying, and this is how the relationship is going, and then we are doing well. We respect each other. But what if the coin change? It can be from you or from me. What will be my reaction? Let's discuss it. And in the discussion, we will definitely tell ourselves the truth.
And you know, another expectations, like expectation in marriage. For example, let me use this. There are people, or let's say the man or the woman, yeah, they expect that once you're married, your partner should give you a child. And then probably in God's plan for you is that the child will not come. Maybe in the next 2, 3, 4 years or 5 years or next 10 years. In God's plan, the child will not come. But in your expectation is that the next, because you have put it on your partner, that it is your partner that will give you the child, that in 1 or 2 years into the marriage, you should have a baby, and the child doesn't come. And then you see either the wife blaming the husband blaming the wife. Recently, I read a story of a woman who, after autopsy, and discovered that after DNA test was conducted, and 4 of the children were not the husband's children. And then she said she should not be blamed for that. It's the husband's fault, because if he was able to, she wouldn't have gone out. Yeah, she said that in the interview. So you can imagine that expectation. Oh, because you can. So there are people that have these situations. What God is supposed to do for you, you put it on your partner, or you expect the person you're going to the relationship to make your life better or beautiful or like all the rosy. You put it on the person's hand, and then when it doesn't come or is not forthcoming, you are frustrated. You get bitter. Some people tell you that because she's not giving me this, I decide to cheat, and all of that, because you place the expectation on the partner. And sometimes we need to, when you talk about expectation, is what you are anticipating. Like, oh, I have a picture of marriage. It's a beautiful thing. Like, it's going to be all about love, 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 love. It's just beautiful. I'm not thinking that there are times that challenges will come. I'm not expecting that. And that is why when you get married and then those challenges come, you're not happy. And then you're keeping grudges. You're not talking. But when you have that understanding that, see, this journey is not all rosy. There are times that there will be. And when it comes, you instead hold your partner's hand while you journey through that. And that's why I said this is very vital, because some people just get married. Imagine a guy or a man of 50 getting married to a girl of 20, and then you're expecting a lot of things from this girl. And by information, she's not even exposed to a lot. There are times that I sit and think and say, oh, thank God I didn't marry even much earlier, because because if I did, like, Uncle would have had a lot of work to do, because what do I know? That's why earlier Mr. Samuel Solomon said that with the information he has now, yes, he can marry. But if it was then, no, he was not prepared. Why? Because he's not well informed. And that's how in our relationship too today. You see, because of the disparity and then the availability of information that we have exposed ourselves to, this person doesn't really know much, but this person knows much. So when you see that this person does not really, this is what this thing entails now, but I should be in the position to teach, to groom, to help this person in need. Because there are people, it's not like they are consciously not doing what they should do, but they don't know. They don't even understand. Maybe they just got married without being exposed to all of this. We know that the Bible is actually clear about our roles. The man is the head of the home. The woman is the helpmeet. Another woman will tell you that it's you. The house is you are the head. Everything is your own responsibility. Another woman will say, daddy this. Since you don't have, I have this saving. Why not let's use it? Another woman will say, I have money in my account, but I will use it or you will pay me. I will not even tell him. I will just tell him that I borrowed it. But the helpmeet will know that I should be able to cover my head in this instance that he doesn't have. And willingly, happily, you just come and see, 20 tubers of yam. who brought this? And she'll say, daddy, I saw it, or my darling, I saw it, and I have some savings, I decided, or I was paid salary. And another woman will say, my money is my money. I would rather invest. There was a woman, her story was told that she built house. They were renting, her and her husband, and all her money, she wasn't supportive. Her salary, she was saving it. She bought land and she built a house. She decided to give the house to an agent. And then when their rent expired, she told the husband that there's an agent, and the husband paid for house rent, and they were renting in her house. The rent is being given. It's sad. You understand? So we need to manage our expectations, one, and then you need to understand your roles as well. What are you actually, what if you are agreeing to be a wife to this man, or if you are a wife, if you are a husband, what does God expect of me? That should be, it's not what the society is saying, not what Nigerian movies are saying, not what other forms of movies are saying or portraying, or what is being displayed on the social media.
Or how glamorous.
Because it's amazing, Prudence,
Yes,
how
the
that
glam on your wedding day. A lot of
we are Christians. Sorry,
Mm.
we are Christians, but then we are expecting the world to set standard for us, and that is why we're expecting
kind
that,
of
because this
fortunate.
person's husband is doing all this, my husband too must do it. This person's boyfriend is doing all this, or he must do this. If he's not doing, I cannot marry him. That's your expectation. If he doesn't have all these requirements, I'm not getting married to him. And it's not aligning with what the scripture is saying.
Exactly. You know what's interesting is that for some people, the expectation actually stops at the wedding day. I'm just saying, because that's how
You are
some
right.
people
You
are.
are right.
They
Because
spend 100%
you-
of the time preparing for the
yes,
wedding.
preparing for the wedding. This wedding has to be
Not
glam.
talking the real
It has
thing.
to look great. It has to look awesome. Everybody, it has to be the talk of the town. Agreed. It will become the talk of the town. 2 days later, you have separated.
Hmm.
What was that?
Still talk of the town.
The town would have
irony.
forgotten
The
and
irony.
moved on to the next wedding.
The irony of it, they will still be the talk of the town because 2 days
Yes,
later they are
yes.
separated.
Because they would discuss how glamorous,
Yes.
the wedding was, and then, like, in a shock, imagining what really happened, that now they are not together. They would definitely discuss. You understand?
So these are some unrealistic expectations.
Mm.
Sometimes it's not the glam of your. In fact, not sometimes. It is not the glam of your wedding day that determines your marriage life. Your married life is way different from the wedding day. Yes, there's ups and downs too. There's challenges. See the way I'm talking as if I'm married. I've never been married.
I once was.
And then talking about
Did you-
the comparison that you mentioned, a lot of times that is like the order of the day in a relationship. Instead of me focusing on the person I'm in a relationship with, I'm trying to check yours. I'm trying to check hers. What is there that is not in my own? What is there? And I'm not even looking at something that would even help
and
my
forgetting
relationship.
where you are coming from.
Exactly.
If you are a Christian,
Yes.
what is their own standard? Are they relating based on God's standard,
Exactly.
or what standard that you are even comparing?
And then
You know, you
the
that is a
grass,
child of God.
the grass
Please,
looks
the husbands are not the same.
yes, and you know the grass looks
it's
greener on the other side.
Until-
Because but when you go closer it's actually not green because they have their own issues that they are settling, disagreements,
never tell
conflicts.
you.
They won't tell you,
they
but
will
it is
never.
what you see that you're working with. And then sometimes we don't even compare with others, we compare with our past relationships. Oh, this was how my former boyfriend was treating me. This was what he was doing. You are not doing it. You fail
Interesting.
to understand that people are different.
Jemima,
You
do you
cannot
know-
expect that two people will be the
Will
same.
be
Even if they are
exactly the
twins,
same.
they won't even be the
You
same.
know, I went for a seminar, and then a lady asked a question. It was in the church. And so the pastor was like, just feel free, ask any question. Like, don't bother yourself. We are here now. All of us are young people. So just ask the question. And she raised her hand. And then she now said, see, every time we are told that don't do this before marriage, wait until you are married. Me like this, if I marry the person and he doesn't satisfy me, like sexually, I will not stay. I will not stay. I'm a Christian, but for me in marriage, this thing is very important. So if I get married and the person, if you are saying we should not do till we are married, and I now marry the person and he cannot satisfy me, I will leave. Everybody was shocked. Oh, it's the boldness for me.
And they said she should be
Auntie,
free.
no, you wait now. Then
Okay.
look at the response.
Okay.
Pastor was like, okay, good question. I say, Auntie, I've set yourself up. Pastor then said, how did you know that this one is not enough?
Hmm.
How did you know? So it means that you
You
have
been
broken
with
the rule.
other people.
Compared to what?
Compared to what?
If you get married eventually,
What's your standard?
so you're comparing your husband
Performance.
to whose own? You get that means something is
Critical
wrong
question.
already.
Yes.
So if you had obeyed the instruction and then not do until you're married, and you're married, you would, how would you start thinking of, oh, this one is better than this, so if this one does not reach that person, I'm going. So it means you have already broken the rules, you have been engaged in difference.
Yes.
So at that point, if you have, I pray that God helps you to overcome those thoughts. Because if that is your standard, if that is your expectation, you can get married, and even if it's what you want and something happens, health condition or what, and what will happen?
Yeah, I think I salute her courage. I salute her courage because I feel it doesn't just come like that, but I feel, it happens because God knows that she needs help. Yes, and I feel she was in the right place for that kind of answer to come forth. She is in the right place because that is when you will know that she needs counseling. There are so many things that is going on in her head, and then she needs someone that will truthfully guide her, with biblical principles. Because you ask yourself, comparing with who? you
And
get the
funny
point.
enough, Sambo
And-
Slomo, a lot of young people today, you
Yeah.
hear people tell you that, like the woman that was interviewed, the 4 children, after the DNA test, it wasn't for the husband, and she said it's his fault. So imagine that she went with that expectation, and then she didn't get it, and she decided to sort for it elsewhere, probably with her ex or another person, and then you're married. Is that the right thing?
You see, in relationship, people expect this love, affection, respect, loyalty. People expect that in relationship.
Yeah.
But the question that you will ask yourself, are you having those qualities? Are you a representative?
Of what
Of-
you
of-
are
of those
desiring,
qualities.
expecting.
If it's no, then
What-
you know you shouldn't expect that from anybody. Yes, if your answer is no, don't expect that, because we expect any relationship that is genuine, any relationship that is godly. You see balance in it. Yes, because Jesus came to create balance, because already the devil is driving the world, and then Jesus said, no, that's not the pattern. That's not the pattern. So we need to correct it. We need to balance it. When the devil is saying you can do this, you can look for this outside. Yes, when you feel that your husband or your wife is not satisfying you, you can go out. And you ask yourself, is your totality of Christianity attached to that thing that you are saying? It's a vital question. If the answer is no, then that means you can overcome it. Yes, if your answer is no, that means there's something wrong with you, because your totality is not about sex. It will shock people that if you are thinking for you to get married because you are thinking that you are abstaining because you want to get married, it's fine. But the devil can still tempt you with that. After getting married, that is when the issue of maybe your husband is someone that travels a lot. This time around, it's not that he's there, but he's not performing. He travels a lot, and he's someone that sails 6 months on the high sea. Another 6 months, 1 year, before you see, he's a military personnel. Before you know it, there's war somewhere in Uganda or somewhere, and then he's been sent, maybe for just 6 months. Before you know it, the war is not ended. You understand? And then he stays 3 years, 5 years, and then you are there, you are married to him. You have vows. You understand? Then what happened? Then what happened? So we have to just open up our mind and then know that, particularly as Christians, sometimes we just remove our Christianity and we attach it to one part of us, and that's all. It's a total package. It's a total package. As much as, yes, I'm doing well here, the other part needs panel beating. The only person that will do the panel beating is the Word of God, is Christ. That's when He's doing the reconstruction. As you're going, He's trying to perfect. And before you know it, you are like, before I don't normally see you this way. But now I have grown. I have understood so many things, by the help of God and His Word. And now I'm seeing things in a different perspective. And before you know it, you will see that the relationship is it's something to put on a tray, and then you put it out there. And when you see people, holding on to certain things, and then they brag about it, quickly you ask yourself, why is the person standing? Is it a Christian? If it's a Christian, then you ask, is the totality of Christianity attached to that particular thing? So we just have to understand these things. And then if we don't do that, definitely you will see that in relationship, whether you are planning to get married or already it has led you into marriage, then you know that these expectations, there are something that the Word of God have already take care of.
I think we need to talk about how can people manage their expectation, because right now there are people that are married and they still have expectations on their partner, and then those expectations are not even forthcoming. Like, and they just see it as excuse to go out to cheat. Okay, she's not respecting me, and this baby is respecting me. That is why I'm cheating. So you see the result of the expectation and the effect, and then I expect that he takes care of my need and even my family, and then he's not providing, and that is why I'm also cheating on him. And then the lady is saying, I'm leaving this guy because I thought, and he's not doing that. So and he too is saying, this girl, I thought she was this and that, and I can no longer continue. How can people manage their expectations in relationship, either married or singles?
Something interesting is that you can't manage where you don't know the source from. So basically, first of all, you have to check up what is informing my expectation.
Very vital.
What makes up my expectation? What is it that is the sole? What is the main thing that I've centered my expectations on? And a lot of us make the mistakes of forming our expectations on relationship, me included, on physical things that you can see physically. Sometimes you can even touch. Like, for instance, the height of the person. It's crazy one. Is this person
So
she was
short
right.
girls? It's always on the short girls. They always say, I want
a tall guy. But not just the short girls. I know someone who is relatively tall, but she says, no, he has to be a tall. I can't be with a short person.
who is setting this standard?
I don't
That a
understand.
groom must be slim, tall. Like, who is setting it? Because you will not hear that the man I will marry must be short, must be fat.
I don't think I've ever heard
You will
that.
not hear that. So who is setting the standard? Who is setting the standard for your association?
I feel attacked. Don't worry. The height is not part
not
of my.
started.
The height is not part of my own characteristics.
Hey, my eyes like this are on you on 3Ds. The day I'll see Uncle, I'll check his height.
These colors.
all right. That aside. So as I was saying, what informs your expectations? And as a Christian, the first thing that should inform your expectation is the Bible. What does the Bible say about marriage? What are you seeing from the Bible in line with marriage? What does the Bible? And the Bible gave very explicit it was explanatory. There
Yeah,
were a lot
it's
of
complete.
very complete. There are a lot of times that the Bible gave a description of the wife that you need. Is that what you're looking for? And the description, and one thing I got from the Bible is that there are a lot of, it's like, apart from what you're seeing glaringly, there are things that are informed by the Spirit, and it's an understanding that God gives you based on who you are, and it's all in the Scripture. You just need to give your all to it, give your all to God and His Word, and you will be able to get your headway in a relationship. But as a Christian, we don't always do that. We are always focusing on what we are seeing on Hollywood and K dramas, and then still going back to K dramas, and a lot of times when you don't check out where you're getting your information from, and I wouldn't blame that girl who asked that question about working out if she's not sexually satisfied. I would not blame her. That's the information she's getting. It's the information she's ingesting. And this information could be from the internet, from movies, or even from personal experiences. So it's just all about what you're getting in. What is the information? What do you center your expectations around? The moment you have adjusted that, then you'll be able to adjust your expectations as well. And you would also be expecting to fail. And when I mean fail, like be betrayed. It's not, that's not your drive, yes, but there's always the slim probability of you being disappointed.
Being betrayed.
Yes,
It always
it's not
with expectations.
yes,
And it
yes,
as
and
in
it
the
hurts.
hurt is different.
It
The
hurts,
pain
yes.
is different.
It
When you
hurts.
expect, when you anticipate, like based on the relationship
You-
I have
you
with
know-
Jemima, I'm expecting this, and then it doesn't come.
You know, there's this vague expectation. I'm just meeting Joyce for the first time, but already I have expectation. There's this expectation that you are putting in a lot. Do you get it? And I believe that's the one you're talking.
Imagine this girl after
Like-
telling her I'm going to marry her.
After
Look at-
sacrifice,
After this
you
expectations,
you understand, and then
this guy just left me after eating my money.
Mm.
This guy just left me after sleeping with me. So you expected, because you gave him your body, he
Mm.
should
She
get
should
married
be
to
Get
you.
married.
Yeah.
Somebody made a post that some girls, once you told them what they are seeing is wedding gown. That was an attack on my gender. A
Oh my
very
God.
big attack.
That was
That's the
painful.
expectation.
okay, the question
that is why
the question
if-
we're supposed to ask after that, why are you asking her? If what she should see,
So you see what
is-
is shaping their thoughts.
do you get?
Yes.
So that once you have to
If
get
that's
out
not what
to
you
see-
expect her to see,
so
then why are you
why
asking
you
her?
actually asking out?
Exactly.
Because
Exactly.
you
Let's
should have
balance
a
this thing.
Abi,
direction.
you are just testing, you are trying.
Yeah,
Trying
you're
what?
trying. And you know there are girls too that
You know?
okay, the guy left me. It's not his fault. Yeah, after giving him my body, so you expect that because you gave him your body, the next thing is marriage. Like that's the condition for getting married. No.
So when
No,
you were not 100%, don't even give.
So you see, recently there
Mm.
was a story that was
Mm.
trending on social media about a young guy that just announced his wedding, and then the left, right, and center was attacked. That the
Mm.
guy promised a lot of girls marriage. He was dating different girls, even engaged some of them, and then all the girls were coming out like, and then attacking the guy, saying he deceived them. And then one lady commented, "You safe? Why did you sleep with?" After asking you out, is the next thing sleeping with the person? Because all of them were, in fact, they gave him a name, community something. I don't want to mention it. So
Project.
you get.
Mm.
So imagine why should it be like that?
Mm.
And that's why one time Engineer Tony said that, see, imagine that the guy asks you out and then nothing happened between, nothing intimate, like, and then he's saying, "Kai, he doesn't feel he wants to continue with this."
There will be pain, but then
As in,
is
It's not even pain. It will just be like, okay. I thought it was going somewhere, but well,
no, there might
fine.
be pain
Mm,
actually. You
It's
know,
not
the
my
whole
point-
time
the
spent
pain
and
is
Yes,
not
all.
going
yes.
to
But it
last.
won't be so.
It will last.
I personally think that to manage your expectation first, like I asked earlier, if you are to marry you the way you are now, would you marry you? If you are to continue to stay with you the way you are now, you know there are people that will say they don't like staying with people.
Mm.
Or, if you are to stay with you for the rest of your life, would you want to? If there are things that you say, no, I don't like a person that is disorganized, and but you're always thinking your shirt on the chair, on the bed, your shoes
organized person.
unkept, you eat food and leave it for 3 days without washing. Start being that person that you want. There are people that are very disorganized, but they will tell you that they want an organized person. So can you start being that person that you want or you desire? You want somebody that will respect you. Can you also learn to respect? So build, because there are people that want respect but they don't respect other people, and it doesn't work that way. You can't you can't plant maize and harvest cassava. So can you be that person that you actually want? Give the respect. Let there be the loyalty. The honor should be there. You should also be organized if you want the organized. If you want a baby girl lifestyle, what are you doing now? You can't be sleeping all day and expect a man that will come and take care of you. Or that's why some ladies, yes, you get it, but you is insult every day you are receiving because you are not contributing anything. Morally, spiritually, however it is, you are not helping him in any way. And the scripture say you are the help meet, and you are not helping in any way. And that is why you wake up every day. You tell you why you can't talk to him the way we want to. You can't correct him. You say, after all, I'm feeding your family, I'm doing everything for you, so it has to be his way. But this is a relationship, it's a union that two of you should sit down and talk things. But because you are not contributing anything, like I said, it doesn't have to be money, but as a helpmeet, you should always show up. You should always be there for your husband. And as a person going to a relationship or deciding to marry someone too, what are you also bringing to the table? Physically, spiritually, mentally, of what help, of what importance, of what support would you be? So what information are you also exposing yourself to? First, you must start by checking yourself at this point where you're standing. What are the things that you're doing that is not right, that you need to correct? And the person that you want to see, like what you want to see in the person you're getting married to, start working on yourself. Look at personal development. A lot of young people just sit and do nothing, that just catch some long list of expectations and then it's not coming, or even when it comes, it disappears. So what would you do rather? Start building yourself, working on you. And there are things that we need to consider in also choosing your partners. Young people, it's not just about the rich, about the house, about the this. You go marry one ritually, some kidnapper. See, you should. There are a lot of young ladies, funny as it is, that today they are no more because they decided, the guy must buy me iPhone, and he bought the iPhone. But in the long run, their life was taken in exchange for the iPhone. So can I also, if I want the baby girl lifestyle, can I start working to treat myself that way, so that somebody that will come and see me already treating myself that way, he will also treat you in that direction. But he will
not even come close. Because
you get, if he has bad intention, you get. So work like that thing that you want. Start working to be it. What you should be looking out for, even from the foundation really matters in deciding on accepting to marry somebody. Is he a Christian? Is he a Christian? Does he fear God? Does he have the fear of God? Then is he ready to sacrifice? I think if these three basic things are put in place, then every other thing is going to be solved. Because if he's a Christian, I don't mean by name, because we have a lot of people bearing the name, but by their action and their character, you can just tell that this person's real name should not actually be Christian. And that's why some people will look at you and say you are a very wicked person. Some will say this person is an evil person. Why? Because of the character, because of the attitude. So if the person is truly a Christian, then he's Christ-like, even in his dealings, in his actions, in whatever he does. If he has the fear of God, then he'll be compelled to do what the scripture asks him or her to do. If the Bible is saying you are the head of the home, then you know that you are a cover to the home. And then you know your responsibility. If as a lady, the Bible is saying I'm helpmeet, I don't need to question my husband's stand for me to respect or to submit to him. Today we attach condition. He cannot expect me to respect him or to submit when him is not doing this to me. But if I'm a Christian, I will know. I will not even need anybody to compel.
Is to him, not to God.
You see, I won't even need anybody to compel me to do, because I know that I am, as a Christian, as a child of God, someone that fears God, this is what is expected of me. I will do it. And if that person is willing to sacrifice, he is a sacrificial person, then you don't need to even say, this is what you're supposed to do. You do not do it. You don't have to, because the person knows that ideally he's supposed to do it. So we should look at what is more important, and every other thing will fall in place. And no
That's
wonder
true.
the scripture say, seek first the kingdom of God, and
Yeah,
every
no
other
other
thing
thing.
is going to be added onto you. So let's look at the things that are more important. Movies, social media, society should not set the standard. All our expectation, if you check, is based on the societal standards, based on social media standards, based on what we watch on movies, what we hear on music, the lyrics, and that's what we're forming our standards. But let's go back to the scripture. What is the expectation? What should be the foundation? If this person is a Christian, if this person fears God, if this person can sacrifice for you, then pick that person. And then at the end of the day, all these things that you have, he should do this, he should be this, he's going to be taken care of.
If you want to manage your expectation, whatever you are giving in a relationship and you are not getting it back, you are in a wrong place. You are in a wrong place. Whatever you are giving and you are not getting it back, then you are in a wrong
You
place.
should even
That
lead to
that
marriage.
that would even help you, because the more you are giving, the more you are expecting. And if what you are giving, you are not receiving, you are in a wrong place, because you will keep on expecting, and it will not come, and then you get frustrated. So just let's read in between these lines, because if you say you want love, you want affection, you want respect, you want loyalty, then definitely, if you are giving out genuinely, then definitely it will come back to you. But if it's not coming, then something is wrong.
True.
True. And then don't set unrealistic goals.
Wow, that's a powerful one.
Unrealistic expectations. You want this, you want that, and you know that it won't happen. Don't set it. Focus on the ones that you know are possible. And then it starts from the relationship. Don't allow it get to marriage if you're not getting what you want in the relationship. Sometimes you may be deceived and get into marriage and it's something else. In those kind of times, talk, ask for help, so that you don't die alone and people get to know everything that is happening after your death. Always do the right thing.
That's a take home for me. Thank you all for doing this. And then to our viewers out there, thank you for staying. Our time is actually fast spent. I wish we can do this again and again. But we have to go for Reverend Silas. And to you out there, it's important that you manage your expectation in relationship. Do know that, as the scripture says, the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. And it is that wisdom that will guide you even in deciding who becomes your partner, or in even helping that your partner's weaknesses. Thank you for staying with us. Until we come your way tomorrow, same time. Stay blessed.